What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Always Andy, and today I have an exciting video for you. I've waited a really long time to get this, and I'm very excited to put this battery into service. This is a DC House 48 volt, 100 amp hour golf cart battery. It is gonna add another 5 kilowatts to the system, and I'm very excited to get this set up. So let's go through everything we have and let's see what we've got going on. I have a nice roll of 4-gauge wiring we're gonna be using. I also have some Anderson connectors. I have some good terminals, some heat shrink over here, and a 100 amp fuse we're gonna be connecting to the positive side of the battery as we go to set this up today. All right, inside of the box here, it comes with, of course, our user manual for the 48 volt battery. They have a paper here that explains the fixture they use to tighten the cells to prevent swelling. They have a specification card here. According to this, it is 100 amp hours, 51.2 volts. This is a lithium iron phosphate battery. It shows it has 200 amp continuous charge and discharge. Here we go, peak current all the way on the end. 700 amps for 1 second, 250 amps for 30 seconds. Looks like the battery case is made out of ABS plastic. Cool. This one looks like the DC House app user manual. This is a Bluetooth battery. Inside of here is the DC House smart monitoring screen. First connect the positive and the negative terminals of the monitoring screen to the power supply. Press and hold the button for 5 seconds. The smart monitoring screen will automatically connect to the nearest battery. Okay, and it looks like they have a QR code on there as well that we can scan. Also inside of here, it looks like it comes with fasteners to the battery, some nice terminal covers, battery tie down inside of here. Oh, it's really well packaged in here. They use a lot of foam in here. This battery weighs like 82 pounds, I think. So they put a lot of foam for shipping purposes inside of here. Okay, nice covers over the terminals. Safety operation warning. Looks like they have a nice on off switch for this. All right, I'm gonna try and lift this thing out of the box. I'll be right back. Okay, that's heavy. All right, looks like it comes with nice handles on the sides. Mega's checking it out. It says built with more than a 10-year lifespan, high energy density, which is true. This also has a 200 amp BMS inside of it. This Bluetooth device voltage input is anywhere between 8 and 90 volts according to the owner's manual. We'll go ahead and connect this to the battery a little bit, just enough to get it to turn on here. There we go. That looks like it's touching. Very good. So we go ahead and tap the button on the side. It only has one button on the unit. All right, so it looks like the unit's turned on, it's powered up now. If you hold the button on the side of the, oh, it looks like that. Oh, and look at that, looks like it went ahead and connected. So reflecting 52.4 volts, 35% stated charge. There's one button on here, on off switch, that's it. And if you press and hold it for 5 seconds, it'll go into Bluetooth pairing mode and it'll reflect 88 on the screen and it'll flash a few times as it searches for the nearest Bluetooth battery. Let's go ahead and place the battery where it's going to be used at, and then we'll go ahead and start getting our connection set up so we can plug this into the rest of the unit. All right. And this is where this battery is going to be living at for now on. I've got a good amount of space down here, and I have it right next to the CABCell battery pack that I built. Excuse this exhaust hose. This is for the laser engraver going out of the window bypass. Let's go ahead and get some connections made real quick, and we'll get this linked up to an Anderson connector just like this. All right, guys, so this is the 4-gauge wire I'm going to be using for this. Let's go ahead and get some of these connectors off of here, and we'll get these ready to connect to the bus bars. All right guys, let's go ahead and connect our battery cable on here. So that comes down out of the bottom now, which comes to the end of the Anderson connector. So let's go ahead and get the other side connected now. And before we install our connectors, we need to go ahead and get our new fuse on. Take that off. Take all this little stack of washers off. Put our fuse on. After the fuse, we'll install one washer. Now let's go ahead and let's get this onto the battery. Put this on here, washer on top of that, put our lock washer on top of that, put our fastener on top of that. Now we'll grab the multimeter and we'll test the voltage output coming from this. Now it reads 52.51, 52.29, so I don't expect to see a large jump on here. Let's go ahead and get this connected real quick and we'll see what it does. Quadruple check our polarity here before connecting them. So that should be all connected on there. It looks like everything's set up. The only thing we have left to do now is to go back with some zip ties and get everything cleaned up and make it look like a nice harness. So I'll go ahead and knock that out off camera and that's it. So if you guys have any questions regarding this DC House battery, feel free to put it down in the comments below. Other than that guys, as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching the video and that's it. I will see you guys in the next one.